Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Woodmere State Revival. This is day 2 of the big dig around the front of the house. Yesterday, as you saw in the previous video, we dug all the way around the front of the house using a mini excavator and got all the way down below the footer, found multiple issues with the porch foundation and right around the corner of the house there where the dining room is on the front of the house. So we are really glad we uncovered all this stuff, going to get it all fixed. Right now we've been shoveling out the trench, kind of cleaning everything up, shoveling off the face of the brick, brushing it off with a broom, and Amber's getting ready to start with the pressure washer to go ahead and get all the brick cleaned off and all the footer so that we can apply some waterproofer. So let's take a look and see what all we've gotten accomplished today. So here you can see the front porch. Amber's down in the hole right now, brooming off the footer. Grant's jumping through the shot. What's up, Grant? Okay, great.
Video bombing.
So, any surprises in the trench today, honey?
Oh, let's see. Part of this block is missing.
Yeah, that's nice.
Not quite sure what happened there.
Nice. Guess they broke it and then just said whatever and left it.
I guess. I don't know. Looks like it could have been maybe a foundation vent at some point. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. It's hard telling
I
with this place.
block here.
Okay.
You know, I don't know. I guess maybe just, I don't know.
If that's block or if that's concrete, if they try to plug it up in concrete.
Well, that's possible.
Hard telling.
Maybe from the inside. Who knows?
But it's looking a lot better. We do have these vents down at the bottom of each post that actually been letting water into the block foundation under the porch and kind of jacking stuff up there. And there's one of those in front of each, or below each pillar. So today we kind of graded everything a little bit better, and we're grading it all over here towards the existing trench that came around from the other side of the house. And our hope is that we'll be able to get the contractors to get it tied into that 8-inch drain line that runs over the hill. So we got a trench this far, and then we're going to let, after we get everything cleaned up here, we're going to let the contractors take over and actually lay the pipe and get everything sloped correctly. It's not my forte, so I don't want to mess that up. We'll let the pros handle that, right, honey?
Yep. I'm shocked there's something you can't do.
I didn't say I couldn't do it. I just said I was going to let somebody else do it.
That's shocking, too.
Sometimes you got to pay for stuff. So there you can see the ends of a massive tree root sticking out right there around the sewer pipe. So there was at least a 2-inch hole right there by the sewer pipe that was letting water in, as well as roots. So the genius plumbers knocked a huge hole through that and then didn't bother to close that off. And then around the side here you can actually see where there's water standing in the trench, and that's coming out of this corner over here, and that's the corner that was staying wet in the dining room all the time. So you can see how the footer drops here, and it goes to a 3-block foundation, whereas over here it's a 2-block. So the footer drops and they go to 3-block, and then the footer comes up and it goes to 1-block. So the rest of the this is the garage here, so the rest of the garage foundation is only 1 block, and there's a poured concrete slab inside that. So this was a great place for water to get trapped, and there was no way for it to get out. There was no French drain, no drainage tiles, no anything in here to let this water out. So it would just sit in here and then eventually just run under the wall. We also found multiple areas, zoom in on one for you, where the mortar has failed between the block foundation and the brick skirt. Looks like they made the foundation about 1 inch too wide on this side. And so you can see all along here, the brick is set back about 1 inch. Well, the outside of the block, the thickness of the wall of the block is about 1 inch. So you get beyond that, and then you've got a hollow core. The water just runs right down in there. So there's another issue. More water was coming in on this side. So we keep uncovering things. No big surprise, really, that stuff is all messed up in here with the amount of water that we've had in the house. This hole used to go for the floor drain. It's in the garage. It was plugged up. I tried to use it previously and didn't work. I think the clay tile on the outside here had collapsed. You can see the end of that sticking out. I got a hold of it yesterday with the excavator when I was cleaning out here. And we cleaned out all the way around to the corner of the garage here. And it was actually, dirt on this end of the garage for some reason. Not sure why, but we went ahead and cleaned some of that out as well. So looking really good here. We're going to finish digging and scraping a little bit, and then we're going to get started powering. Amber has been hard at work. She's got the garage side of the foundation done, and then she moved over here into the corner. And got this done over here. Looks like that's the only part that they put waterproofing on. Guess they figured that was the only wall that faced the house, so who cared about the rest of it? But there's definitely water getting into the garage part of the foundation and the porch part. And you can see there's a little bit of structural issue here. This corner has dropped a little bit, so you got a little crack there in between the block. And again, we think that's probably all related to water. The way this edge has exposed the block, the water's been running down in there, nothing was done to seal it out. And there's a crack right there too. You can see where that block is separated, and then it's cracked the one below it. So we're going to have to get that fixed, get the little bit of hydraulic cement, and get all those cracks plugged. And Amber's just about done. It's just worked her way all the way down the foundation here. Got all this cleaned off. It's really looking good. Amber's hot. Cool us off, babe. I know, it's going in the house. Try again. Nope, still going. Good job. Almost done. That's a lot better. So we'll get all this cleaned off, and then the guys will apply the waterproofing after we get any cracks or anything like that kind of stuff.
So Chris is taking the excavator to all the roots from the trees we cut down around the pool. He's getting pretty good at operating that thing. There we go. Oh, I'm not even taping. Sorry, guys. Oh, there we go. Huh. And a brick that we left. That's quite a root system. Wondering, the power out here has been turned off. You see that cord and the there it goes. It's gonna fall. No, it broke. Awesome.
More stumps in there.
What's that big root attached to? Okay, it's broken. Is that a snake skin? No, it's a rope. I'm paranoid. I thought I saw a snake earlier.
Nothing would surprise me.
Me either. See that brick in front of you? Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a brick right there. Okay, you're like going over it. it's just a little too big. Good job. Yeah.
Well, that just about wraps up this episode of Woodmere State Revival. Amber and the boys have just gone home. Amber was able to get all the pressure washing done along the foundation, and it looks great. We'll take a look at that. The boys were able to have a lot of fun today. The weather's been beautiful. I was able to use the mini excavator not only to do the trenching around the house, but also to pull up a bunch of stumps around the pool. We'll take a look at that in just a second. As you remember way back when, we had a ton of trees growing around the pool, and those stumps have just been sitting there, and some of them have been sprouting up. And so we finally had a machine here that we could use to pull those suckers up. So we got that taken care of as well. Let's take a quick peek around the property, and we'll see where we're finishing up for the weekend. So as you saw in part one, the whole front of the house was covered in bushes and ivy and trash and junk and everything all along the foundation, and all that is gone. We got the entire foundation dug out all the way from the garage to the far end of the house. Amber took the pressure washer to the block, got it spick and span, and our guys will be applying some waterproofing and a membrane to that. Make sure we can protect the block, seal up any loose joints, and seal up the space in between the footer and the block. You can see where the old drain came out for the floor drain in the garage. We may try to punch a piece of pipe through there, that way we have that for future reference. May just tie that into our drain system for the downspouts or something else, but we'll get that figured out. And moving on down the way here, you can see the big change in elevation as far as the footer, and it's still a mystery to me why they poured 3 different footer heights in this corner. Here you can see there's a 1-block foundation, then it drops down to a 3-block foundation, and the footer's way down in the hole, and then it comes back up to a 2-block foundation, and it's like that the rest of the way around the porch. So again, I've got no clue why it's like that, but the builder, for whatever reason, staggered the footer and the foundation like that. It doesn't make any sense to me, but it was trapping water in that corner back there. Again, the foundation was made a little bit too big for the front porch. It was about 1 inch too big, and so these brick actually sit just inside, about 1 inch inside of the edge of the block. And zoom in here and you can see that. And that is actually, water has been hitting that, running across the top of the block and down into the foundation, adding to the water problems, adding to the freeze and thaw problems that we've been having. Also, you can see that underneath each column there's a drain, and that goes right back into the wall. You can see the open block there, and that goes right back into the wall. And again, the dirt and debris and bushes and all that stuff were trapping all the water next to the house here, and that was ponding and then running back into the porch, again causing more issues with water. As you can see, there's the sewer main coming out of the house, cast iron. Got a huge root on top of it. And the hole that they punched that in the block to get that through was massive. And it was way too big for the sewer main, but unfortunately they just left it like that, and so water's been coming around that as well. And of course roots run to water. But then Amber just power washed all the way down through here, got all this block looking good, the footer looking good. Those guys will give it a good covering of waterproofing. See more roots there and more of those drains or vents. But they'll get it a good coating of waterproofing, just like they did on the rest of the house. Hit that, put that membrane on it, and then drop the drain pipes down in there next to the footer. So that's going to take care of all of our water issues along the front of the house. Also got rid of all those bushes. They looked horrible. I've been thinking about pulling those things up for quite a while. Let's pop back here around the pool. And it's nothing but destruction all along here. Pulled all these stumps up. Made good use of the mini excavator. We had it for the weekend, and you can see here where I pulled this stump out, there's a little piece of root left down in there. That was that big old monster there. And then there were several other stumps all the way down the side of the pool. And all the way over the end of the pool, there was a couple more stumps here over by the diving board. Got that one pulled out. So we're starting to get all this stuff cleared out of here. Pool guy's supposed to be here later this week, and they are going to assess the plumbing and tell us exactly what needs to be replaced. And then they're going to make some additional return jets in the wall to make sure we've got good circulation, no scum buildup in the pool, any nasty stuff like that. And hopefully they'll get all the equipment replaced, the plumbing done, and then we'll be able to get the paint done, get this sucker filled up and in operation. We can't wait. So there you have it. Now you've seen everything we've accomplished for the weekend. We're tickled to death with all the progress we've made, and we're excited to get that waterproofing done and the new drains in out front. That's going to make a big difference. Finally get the crawl space dried out. That's the last step that we needed to do before getting all the reconstruction taken care of. Please be sure to tune in for the next episode. Hit that subscription button so you don't miss any episodes. Be sure to hit the like button for us as well if you like what we're doing here. Got any comments or questions? Leave those below. And as always, please share the channel with your friends and family. We're always happy to have new subscribers. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us. Take care. We'll see you again real soon.